Well, hello there, and thank you for tuning in to the Shameless Sex Podcast. I'm Amy, sex educator, somatic sex and relationship coach, and sex shop owner.
And I'm April, VP of an international high-end pleasure product company and boss queen sex toy mogul. We're best friends who make our own rules about who we are as sexual beings.
With everything from how to be a badass in the bedroom, to pussy praising, to top tips for bringing your relationship to the next level, we have something just for you.
So sit back, relax,
and enjoy the show. Don't forget to head on over to our website at shamelesssex.com for more. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Shameless Sex. And this episode is a part 2.
It's our to be continued, as if we were in Days of Our Lives, 1985.
Ongoing, never ending.
Never ending. It's the Deeyucck.
The Deeyucck 101.
The Dick 101 /
men's sexual pleasure.
Yes, diving into the Deeyucck.
The Deeyucck. So we shared a lot of information on the last podcast, and this is just even more juicy information to go with that. And we probably could have talked about this for about 5 hours, but frankly, we're pretty tired now. So we could do this all day long. And we're not going to. Yes, I'm going to check in with my body, and that's what it wants. So we invite you to listen into segment 2 of Deeyucck 101. And whether you are a cock owner or you love the cock, this is for you to learn all about how to pleasure the cock, how to pleasure yourself, safety, health, all the fun
even
things.
Silicone cocks. There's so much good information and also a lot of fun. We had so much fun recording this podcast. And thank you for our listeners for always tuning in. Every Tuesday.
And then, one last thing on the Tuning In Tuesday. We've said this before. Please review us on iTunes, on Google, wherever you're listening to us. If there is the ability to review us, please write us a review because it really helps to get the message out there. Thank you. We love you. We love you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Enjoy. So what are some of your favorite Dick, do you have any tips for specifics, like your little tips of the trade for touching a cock with your hands, your mouth, for having sex, the things you like to say to them to get them hot? What you got for the Dick?
So there's so many things. Obviously, I love a little bit of clothes on top of the clothes play. So doing
dry humping?
Kind of dry humping, but hand play, touching the cock when it's inside. If they wear underwear.
Underwear. Oh, yeah.
If they don't wear underwear, though, which happens, too. Yeah. Then I'm just starting to pet and feel and sometimes putting my mouth on it, when it's not hard at all to kind of be I'm going to have this cock in my mouth. Sometimes just opening the zipper, putting it in my mouth, or just touching it. I love incorporating some toys as well. I like the Tanga sleeve into some hand job situations. I love hand jobs. My forearms are so strong.
From all the HJs.
Because I think hand jobs, everyone always goes straight for the ye old BJ, right? They're I'm going to go straight in for it. I like some hand job action. I use some lube. I kind of get it.
Uber lube.
Yeah. It is the best. Ever. It is really lube. Amazing lube, for real. And it's sexy looking. And
the other cool thing about using it for hand jobs is if you use it with your hands and then you put your mouth on the cock or on the body, it doesn't taste like anything. Right. So you don't get a mouthful of nasty lube.
And it doesn't last a long time in your mouth. It kind of dissipates.
It just dissipates, yeah. It lasts a long time in the body. But it does. It's wonderful.
So I incorporate lube because I think, and I take off my rings because I wear a lot of jewelry, and I'm let me just hold that place right now.
Her jewelry is
my
huge.
Jewelry is huge, so I'm I don't want to hurt the cock by sliding my hands on it with all my jewelry. So I usually take off at least the bigger pieces, and then I put on some lube. I start with that. Plus, lube for me helps me if we're going into a PIV situation, a penis and vagina situation, eventually, which is usually not for me sometimes. No, most of the time that's where it goes. That's where it ends up. But sometimes not at all. So,
well, let's talk all the cock and vulvas and all of the genitals in general. They're mucous membranes. So mucous membranes, they are moist parts of the body, and they like to be touched with moisture. So when you take a dry hand, dry mouth to a cock or to a vulva, it usually doesn't feel that lovely. It feels better when there's moisture on it. So putting lube on your hand or saliva, but lube. Let's do lube, people. Saliva does not last.
And there's little packets you can bring with you if you're not like, in your bedroom and you don't have access. You can get to-go packets in your purse or your handbag or your fanny pack or whatever you're into.
Lube it
but then
up.
also for me personally, it gets the cock ready for the next round of whatever I'm going to do, which usually I like a lubed up cock going into me.
Yeah, me too.
So it's it just makes it better. Even if I am fully hydrated and lubricated, I still do enjoy some extra lubrication. So for me, that's sort of a few of the things. Tips wise, I guess that was a tip. I didn't think of it as a tip, but
no, these are all good points. One thing so when I teach my men's sexual pleasure 101 class, people always come and they think that they're going to get like step-by-step tips. Like step 1, touch the cock here. Step 2, touch the cock this way and then that way and this way. And I don't teach that way because all cocks are different of what in the regards to what they like in terms of touch. But there is one, in my opinion, universal law that will always up your blowjob game or even hand job or even
I'm dying to know.
What do you think it is, Chip? What do you think?
Oh, the pressure.
No. Okay. Well, so we already, there's moisture because it's a mucous membrane. So like, that's just kind of a given. Like add lube. Okay. That's wonderful. Communication. That's another key thing too, but it's enthusiasm.
Oh, I'm good at that. Girl.
Yeah, girl, she's real good at that. But have you ever heard anyone say they were way too into it? They love sucking my cock so much it was terrible. Like you never fucking hear that. Never. No. If someone is really convinced, and I'm not talking about faking it, like this is the best. I love this dick in my mouth. Not like that. No. Coming from an authentic place, and if you're not feeling authentic about it, then taking some time to tap into your eroticism so that you can convey some enthusiasm and really enjoy or at least be happy to be where you are and what you're doing. But conveying enthusiasm and, in porn, it's glorified, like eye contact the whole time. Like, I love this dick. And, there's whatever. I'm sorry.
I think that definitely if I will tell folks I'm very communicative. I'm like, I'm not feeling a blowjob situation right now. I'll just say straight up, like, I'm like, and because I like to communicate where I'm at, sometimes I don't feel like
sucking a cock.
So I'm like, I'm going to do other things or let's explore other ways. So there's never any exact methodology to use for every situation's different. Every body's different. It could be, there's so many different variables. So let's tap into that.
Yeah, tap into that. Tap into your inner eroticism. That's one thing that we're going to do at our Erotic Superstar workshop is ways to tap into our own eroticism inside ourselves for ourselves. Not neuroticism, eroticism. And there's ways to do it through breath and through visualization. And we're not going to go too deep into that today. But some ways to convey enthusiasm. 1, eye contact. And now we're not expecting you to be porn stars where you make eye contact the entire time because that's exhausting.
And it's nice to close your eyes from time to time just to tap into yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard to be present.
Which is what I do a lot. I like to open, close, open, close, open.
Me too. I'm
definitely get in my
more
ear
closed than open, but I'll check in because the eye contact, 1, it conveys enthusiasm, it creates a connection. 2, you can see what they're doing. How are they feeling? Are they moaning? Are they moving? Are they really rosy?
Are they sweating heavily? Like grunting?
Or they have a big frown on their face?
They're checking the time.
They're not moving at all.
Yeah, they're like,
So there's two, there's a couple of things there why eye contact can be really sexy, and eye contact can be kind of edgy for people if you're not used to making eye contact. Like it's a really deep way of like looking into someone. So,
and if you're feeling like it, also you can be like, hey, look at me. You can kind of check in with them.
Or you can do the sexy talk thing. Like, I want you to look at me while I suck your cock.
Me. Yes. Ooh. How do you like me now?
Oh, that's hot. Okay, so there's eye contact. Another way to convey enthusiasm, moaning. So when you have a cock in your mouth or a vulva or whatever, and you go, like I'm going to, like you taste delicious or like, whatever noise you make, that is a free vibrator on their cock. Like your mouth can be a vibrator when you go, yeah, like the saying, like your cock is delicious. Maybe not like that, but like whatever you want to do, whatever. Just make some noises.
That's a good one. Yeah. I think I do that. Moaning. Yeah.
It's just essentially saying like your cock tastes delicious without saying your cock tastes delicious. Like I love what I'm doing.
You can say it when it's not.
And on that note, you can smile with the dick in your mouth.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. You can smile with that dick.
We're smiling right now. So you can smile. That's another way to
Okay.
convey some enthusiasm as well. Another way, touch yourself while you're touching them.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I'm so
I
turned
typically
on.
do that anyway because I'm like, hey,
I want to touch.
I want to touch myself. You know, what can you do?
But I'm so turned on by your cock or whatever we're doing with your cock that I want to touch myself as
Right.
well. That can be really sexy.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that can be super hot.
Super.
Yeah. So whatever you can do to convey enthusiasm. There's and also words. I love sucking your cock. I love the taste of your cock. I could do this all day. Your dick is the best sunshine rainbow unicorn dick I've ever had.
It's the king of cocks.
The king of cocks.
Or the jester of jacking off.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of new
And
and innovative things to say.
the key here is in the empowered piece here is the authenticity. So not pulling some sunshine and rainbows out of your ass. Well, maybe that's hot. I don't know. But like really trying to come from a genuine place.
You
Because
piss excellence.
you
But not in my mouth, please. Don't piss the excellence in my
Some
mouth.
people are into it, but ask first before you do that, please. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, enthusiasm works for everyone all the time. It's the one tip that will always work. And of course, moisture, well lubricated mouth or hand or body part, whatever you're doing, or a dildo or whatever you're playing with. But enthusiasm will up your game. And if you're not incorporating that, to just start incorporating that and see what happens.
I like it.
Yeah.
Those are good tips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to use that tomorrow.
Or I'm going to be like, I love your dick. This is the best.
This dick is great.
Oh my God. Best dick I've ever had.
You piss excellence
Yes.
all over me.
Oh.
I don't know. I better get a.
Someone's in. a lot of people are into that, but it's not.
I'm no shame for me. It's warm. It's too warm for me.
It's like I'm already sweating, so I don't know about your golden showers. So what's some other tips that I have? Starting slow and soft and working your way up, meaning the slow and soft is the speed and the pressure of what you're doing. Now, if
Are you speaking about just when you're playing everything
all the time, any body you're touching,
Okay.
especially vulvas. This isn't about vulvas, but especially vulvas. Slow and soft for a long time in the beginning. Like porn is the worst teacher on what vulvas and asses
Yeah,
like.
you just can't go in there like. Brrr. Yeah,
And
that's
a lot of cocks like fast and hard because that's what they've been, they've taught themselves to like from, well, as we talked about earlier, their masturbation practices, or what they've seen on porn. And so again, if that's what you like and it works for you, that's all good. If it's a new cock that you've never touched, I would approach it starting slow and soft and working your way up to fast and hard, not just diving right into like fast and hard, just like going really, really slow, just the way, maybe your body doesn't like being slow, but slow and soft, just like a slow, soft kind of tempo.
And you taught me also something. I took one of Amy's blowjob classes or something years ago. We were doing a project together, a training together in Ohio, and they had Ohio, and she was teaching a class
there.
Yes, and she said something that was really cool, and that I actually applied to a blowjob situation, which was incorporating temperature, like using your breath to be like,
to kind temperature plays fun.
Temperature play. So, because usually it's hot, heated, your body's warm, and so incorporating like some cool breath work on the tip of the penis while you're giving a blowjob is also interesting. So temperature play with breath could be really cool.
Well, and this is another reason why when you have a cock in your mouth or in an orifice and pulling it out all the way and letting like kind of the temperature change around it, like you pull all the way out of your mouth, all of a sudden cool air rushes in, and then you put it back in your mouth, and now it's like hot and wet and moist again. It's kind of fun to play with. So there's so many options of ways that you can play. For the most part, when you're sucking a cock, okay, let's talk about blowjobs, like the name blowjobs.
Okay.
I mean, why the fuck is it called blowjob? Yeah, we're not blowing.
I mean, fellatio technically. To fillet someone. However, I think.
I know why.
Oh, well, I was going to come up with something, but
I want to hear what you got. What you got?
I thought it had to do with just kind of like a what? Like, I don't know.
Okay, it might
enlighten me.
When I say I know why, I just know because I Googled it. And,
Okay.
And so I don't know if this is true, but from what I've learned,
If it says on the internet, it's probably true.
it's probably true because the internet and Wikipedia is
so
always
good.
right. Yeah, totally. So what I learned is it's about the actual, we say blowing a load. It's about the actual ejaculation.
Oh,
And
yes.
the job came from sex work. So you would, someone would go and pay a sex worker to blow their load.
That
for
makes
them.
sense. So it's a blow job.
And now when I teach these oral sex 101 classes, I because I meet a lot of people who don't like sucking dick because they think it's a job that they have to do. Mm-hmm. It's this obligation. And so there's just not a lot of joy in it. And so I kind of try to tap them into the empowered ways of, one, tapping into your own pleasure, your own eroticism. So reframing, how can I make this for me too? And it might be doing some breath work before, touching yourself before, during, so that you can get turned on, so that you can.
I like using a toy while I'm giving fellatio.
Yeah, that's hot.
That's my favorite thing.
Totally.
Putting a toy on my. I said that to my new person. I was like, I love sucking cock and using a toy at the same time.
And he's like,
yes. All right,
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, that's
let's
right.
do that.
That's what I'm about.
Yeah, that's a great way.
Yeah,
Totally
it's great.
great way. And it conveys enthusiasm.
Oh, it was super enthusiastic because I was like, this is what I need right about now.
Yeah. And anything we can do to get away from it being a job, like something that we have to do. And I know in relationship, sometimes, often, one person has more desire than the other. This is very common. And so to kind of keep the fire going, sometimes we do step outside of our own desire. Like maybe I'm not feeling as much desire, but April's feeling a lot of desire. And I'm like, okay, but I want to really connect with her. And so I'm not getting a complete no on sex or on sucking April's cock or dildo. So what I'm going to do is kind of tap into my own eroticism, take some time to kind of breathe and tap into my own eroticism, and also step out of myself and understand that I'm giving this person pleasure. That's fucking hot.
That is hot.
Like, look at what I'm doing. April's dildo or her dick is in my mouth.
I'm capable of making you have that much intensity and that much.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I'm fucking awesome.
That's a powerful. That's a powerful position to be in. That's a powerful play to make. It's awesome. It's awesome. A win-win. Think about it.
Yeah. And again, if you're getting a big no, then listen to your no. But if you're getting like, I don't feel like it, I'm tired, this just feels like a job.
My back hurts.
Yeah, there's things, we can find positions that'll work for that.
Exactly.
There's ways to work around it.
Always a way.
And this applies to whomever. It doesn't just dicks. Like, it's just in terms of touching another body, especially in long-term relationship. Again, if you're getting a no, stick to your no. We're big on consent and appreciating your body, listening to your body.
Consensual sex.
But getting outside of the whole thing about it being this job, this thing that you have to do, that is just that you absolutely despise, and you have to do it because your partner loves having their dick sucked. Finding ways to get rid of the job idea and making it more of a shared experience, and like, I'm fucking awesome because I'm giving them pleasure. Like, I'm a fucking badass.
Yeah.
I'm a sex ninja.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's key thing.
That's awesome.
What about balls?
I always, whenever
we talked about this a little.
We talked about, definitely, but I always incorporate the balls, the testicles into every fellatio situation because I think that, number one, I like to suck the balls. It's a great way. And I always put a little pressure on the perineum, which, if you don't know what the perineum is, it has several other names. People call it the taint or
the
kundalini spot. So it's the area between where the balls and the anus, the butthole. So I love to put pressure on that and then incorporate but as I'm sucking on a ball, I just kind of gently put it in my mouth and suck lightly, each one individually. And then while I'm putting pressure, and then sometimes go back to the shaft and then back to the balls. I like to incorporate the balls into fellatio, into everything. I like actually grabbing the balls when I'm riding on top too.
Ooh, yeah, from like the reach around,
the old reach around. You know that old trick.
Yeah, that's a good trick.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
and every situation that I've incorporated that into, every experience, the other person on the receiving end has been really excited and was like, "That was awesome. That was phenomenal." The old reach around. Lightly reach around and grab those balls and let them slap.
And if you're not sure about the balls, like if there's a new partner and you don't really know if they love ball play, you can always ask. You can actually like put one hand lightly on the balls because they're really sensitive. I mean, they're protecting precious cargo. There's sperm in there. Fun fact about ejaculate too, people. Ejaculate is only 1% sperm. The rest
That's the pre-cum
Yeah.
that she's speaking of.
No.
For ejaculate. Oh, you're talking
Ejaculate,
about,
not pre-cum. Ejaculate.
Ejaculate.
Actual ejaculate. So when someone's actually
It's only 1%?
ejaculating, 1% sperm.
Isn't pre-cum like there's no
sperm.
No sperm.
Unless there's already someone ejaculated and then they have sex right away, there will be actual remnants of the ejaculate.
So
in the
only
urethra
1% of the ejaculate
is sperm, and the rest of it is a whole bunch of fluid that make it a slip and slide for the sperm. So it's just like making, things from the vas deferens and the Cowper's gland.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah. But in that 1% sperm, it's like 100 million sperm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
92 billion.
No, 100. No, 92 billion.
You're strong.
Approximately. So when you're getting a mouthful of cum, you're only getting like 1%. There's not a lot of sperm. Well, there are a lot of sperm there, but it's a lot of other fluids like, amino acids and things. So just so you know.
Salty.
Yeah. And I don't remember what I was talking about before that, but let's talk about ejaculate now.
Okay.
Because some people love it. Some people hate it. And porn glorifies the fuck out of it.
Yes.
Money shots.
I have to tell you from a personal standpoint, no shame in ejaculate. I like it on my body, never in my mouth. I've actually never swallowed cum. Ever in my life.
Are you going to do it soon?
I don't know. I'm open. I try everything once.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had it in my mouth, like not a whole load. I've like tasted it during, a blow job or a blow work session, occupationally speaking. I'm fine with it, but I've never, given a fellatio session with a full on load in my mouth and swallowed it.
And that's it. So it's your body and it's your choice.
And that's my choice.
It's
and
okay.
I always communicate that though. I'm like, hey, I don't swallow. So let me know if you're going to come so I can make sure that I'm, you can come on my tits. And I always use it like that. Like I would like you to come on my tits.
Yeah.
And they usually love that. Yeah. But okay, that's me as a female body speaking. So with ejaculate in porn, I am unable to watch the ones where they're coming all over the porn stars.
Yeah, I don't love it either.
I cannot do that. No. I start to go like, I have a bad gag reflex. I'm like, oh God.
Well, and you're also like a really like clean
germophobic
person.
I know. So that
I also don't love it too. To me, it's not, it doesn't turn me on. And different strokes for different folks. We're talking personally for us. Like some people are
Some people love that.
Yeah.
I have so many friends that love it.
Oh yeah, I have friends that I have lady friends that love cum all over themselves.
I know. And I have some my gay boyfriends, they're like, what? Are you kidding? You've never swallowed? It's the best. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I should try it. But it's just me. It's just, I've never been in that space. So, and it's just all each to their own kind of thing. But
you get to choose. It's your body. Right. If you don't want to, you don't swallow, or you don't have it in your mouth, or you don't have it in your pussy, you don't have it in your ass, or wherever. Right. It's up to you.
So the mouth is off limits for me, or the eye.
Oh, the eye. Definitely. What about the nose?
I've never snorted any of that, so I don't know.
Well, what if you snorted it and didn't swallow it? That would just be like
a boofing in the nose, boofing ejaculate.
She's getting high off ejaculate.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
So ejaculate.
Yeah.
Great.
So ejaculate, yes. So we said 1% sperm. Another fun fact, it can travel up to 35 miles per hour.
Oh.
So wear your little eye goggles.
And you know what? There also is people that can, the consistency of ejaculate in porn, they can get paid more for the consistency.
If it's like thick and gooey?
Thick, gooey sperm. The ejaculate gets, I guess,
more money.
The performers get more money.
$100 more.
And then the further they can shoot it too. And is the shooting of, I've been wondering this because I had a girlfriend that said her partner could shoot their ejaculate like across the room, it would land on the wall. Is that based on like some muscle?
So the PC muscles, this is your pubococcygeus muscles, which are the muscles of the pelvic floor that all bodies have, cock owners, vulva owners, etc. And the PC muscles are responsible for a number of things. It's bladder control is one of them. And then also the muscle control of, for erections and for the contractions. When you're having an orgasm, what happens is those muscles contract. So if those muscles are weak, your orgasm is weaker. And if those muscles are really strong, your orgasm is stronger. So if you want to have stronger orgasms, you start doing your Kegel exercises, and all bodies can do that. Now,
meaning the Kegels are like the squeezing of the.
It's like you're peeing and you have to stop mid-flow. Right. That tightening the flow of.
I'm doing mine right now. I do them all the time.
Everyone, are you all doing it out there too?
Do it right now. Do
1,
10 reps.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's how I be and ejaculate. Just
now
like
hold
that.
the last one.
10. Good job. That was nice.
Now, so this is the muscle control here. So if those muscles are really strong, quite often that means that also if you're ejaculating, whether you're ejaculating, female ejaculation or male ejaculation or whatever, however you identify, whatever that fluid that is coming out of you, when those muscles are strong, you can actually bear down and shoot it out further. Because what's usually happening for people is it's more of like, let's see, for female body individuals, you would call it gushing as opposed to squirting for female ejaculation. For male body individuals, it's an ejaculation, and quite often there's a little force. But when you're seeing it shoot across the room, those people have strong muscles.
So I was wondering.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's more ninja shit.
Ninja shit.
Yes. If you want to shoot it across the room, you start working on those muscles, and it will make your orgasm stronger.
Is it true? I had this roommate in college that used to like put like a t-shirt that was wet on his cock and do cock lifts.
Oh yeah, it's like a weight.
Yes.
Yeah, weight.
So he put wet t-shirts, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
You would do it in front of you?
No, he wouldn't do it in front of me. He would tell me about it.
He's just in the corner. I'm going to get my wet t-shirt.
He did. I mean, I did hook up with him. We never had sex, but like I never did see him do his cocklets, but he would talk about it. And I was like, what are you doing that for? He's like, it makes my cock stronger. I was like, okay.
Well, yeah. And I mean, it's the same thing for vulva owners when we wear Kegel balls. It's a weight for the pussy. It's, this is also a weight for the cock where you can put some sort of like heavy something on it in a safe way. If anything ever hurts, don't do it, people. Stop doing what
He would do them in the mirror and like all power posy.
Yes.
Like, 1, 2. And I'd be like, are you doing your cock lifts in there? What's going on? Yeah, come on, get out of there.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's a couple aside from the orgasm and from shoot your ejaculate. There's other things behind it, like it gives you more ejaculatory control if you're someone that ejaculates pretty quickly and you want to. I'm not gonna say premature ejaculation because half the time that's bullshit. Like premature for what or whom?
If you're gonna come, just come.
Yeah,
enjoy.
And there's things you can do about it. Like, okay, let's go on that now. We're just hopping all over the place.
That's good.
Premature ejaculation. So here's another thing. Premature for what or whom? Is it too soon for you? Is it too soon for your partner?
It's very subjective.
Is it too soon for society's standards? I've had plenty of sexual experiences that were only a number of minutes and were great.
Amazing. Right.
Absolutely great. And that doesn't mean that just because the cock ejaculates that plays off the table too. You can still use your hands. You can do, grinding without a hard cock. You can use sex toys. If you're someone that comes and you decide that means sex is over, then maybe people will miss out on pleasure because they want more in that moment. Maybe not. Maybe they'll be happy.
I say that to folks all the time when I'm in an experience. If they come and I still haven't had my time to orgasm, I'll be like, all right, cool. Though I'm like, I'm going to use my toy, and just because I'm feeling like I'm ready to go as well, and I know you're in your process of whatever, like
the refractory period.
Yes, exactly. So, and I don't shame that. I'm always like, do your thing. I'm just going to do mine. Talk dirty to me though in my ear while you're regrouping.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I've incorporated that often too, where my partner will come and I still want to play a little bit and they're open to it. So I'll have them like just rub my nipples and like from behind, rub my nipples with their fingers and then kiss my neck or my ears while I'm using a vibrator on my clit. Hottest thing ever.
That's the best.
So hot.
So it's not over.
No, it's not over unless you decide it's over.
Right.
Then it's over.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that anyone failed. The sex did not fail.
Right.
So, and if you're someone, again, we talked about this earlier, a lot of times that premature ejaculation, so-called, is related to a psych out. It's, I always come too soon, I'm not going to last, and then you do exactly the story that you told yourself. So getting out of your head, getting into your body,
Recreate
focusing
your story.
on the breath.
Make up your own story. This is your life.
Yeah.
You are in charge of it. So make your story. You're always writing it. It can change. If maybe you've been in the same story over and over again for a few years, today is the day. You listen to this, change your story.
Your brain is your largest sex organ.
Exactly.
And if a lot of times for people who are coming what they would call too soon for themselves, there's too much focus on your cock. And what you can do
There's
also...
too much sauce? Too
focus.
much sauce. I'm just kidding.
Too much sauce.
Too much sauce.
Too saucy. Taking the focus out of your cock, like if you're playing with a partner and you're starting to feel like, oh, I'm going to come soon, you can actually say, it's okay to just pause and take breaks and slow down. Be like, I feel like I'm going to come soon and I want to slow down. Slow down and start to focus on everywhere but your cock. So focus on your belly. Focus on your.
You don't have to
inner
think of your
thighs.
grandma.
No, don't think of so what is it? Baseball and grandma and like
Baseball
whatever.
and like broken legs.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've heard so many different ones. I always just say, come when you want to come and then we can do this again a little bit later. I'm all good.
Yeah. Or not, or we can play with other things.
Yes.
There's so many options on the table.
There are a million different ways to play.
I've experienced this and you probably have too. It feels so good for partners when we accept them as they are.
Right.
They are like, holy shit. I've been shamed for this so many times. And this is all bodies. I know plenty of women that have been shamed for their orgasmic process. And when they have someone that's like, oh, good, I'm just here. I'm just happy to be with you. I'm just happy to lay here with you and play with you. And
I know I have a little bit of angst about not being able to ejaculate yet.
We'll work on that.
We're working on it. I'm doing my Kegels right now. I'm drinking a lot of fluids.
I was because she's
mostly wine.
Yes. Which is not the best.
Which is not the best.
Yeah,
but I feel you. So it's good to recreate that. But
yeah, anything that we can do to get rid of that shame for people. So. When it's premature ejaculation, premature for what or whom. Same thing as we're talking about erectile dysfunction, like dysfunctional for whom or for what, and to rephrase that and
let's call it
that.
Erectile function.
It's a fun. I love what Charlie says. It's a symptom or something. I forgot exactly. It's a symptom of a dysfunctional situation half the time too. So, if your partner, if you're like you're getting hard, and then all of a sudden you get soft, and your partner's like, oh my god, you're doing it again. Like you have a soft cock again.
That's not going to be
How
sexy.
are they going to get hard then?
Right.
And then that person who wants the hard dick, you're totally fucking yourself
Just
over.
It's okay, darling. Let's do other things.
Yeah,
Let's
so many
play.
other things
There's
we
so
can
many other
do.
things. I love your cock.
Yeah.
Your cock, I could do this all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me put it in my mouth and hum.
Yeah. Oh, hummers.
Hummers.
I mean, that's the same thing. We're talking about moaning when your mouth is on the cock. It's the same thing. You're kind of moaning with the balls in your mouth.
Right.
It's a hummer.
I do a lot of that. Humdingers.
Do you sing songs ever? She's a really beautiful voice, everyone. She loves karaoke.
I do. I'm a karaoke, just like, I would say whore, but I love.
What's your go-to karaoke songs?
So I do the Alanis Morissette. You ought to know.
Do you ever do that with the dick in your mouth? I bet that feel good.
It might feel. I'm going to try that tomorrow too. I have homework. And then I can do some Cher. Do you believe in life after love?
Oh my God, with the deep voice. The deep throat.
I don't want to do it right now. My voice is a little twacked out anyway.
That's sexy.
And then I do, give it away now.
That would feel good on it.
That would be good. Oh no, the tongue, it interrupts.
Maybe on the balls.
Yeah, I'm going to try that too. Karaoke cocks night.
Yes. If you take one thing home with you, everyone, it's sing Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away Now on the dick.
It's a Red Hot Chili Pepper song from the 90s. Pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Oh, yeah. Did you have a hall pass in your marriage that you could, if there's one
Anthony
person?
Kiedis, yeah. He was my only, I did when I was married. I said, look, I'm going to be monogamous.
Listen,
but if Anthony
shows
Kiedis shows up, I am probably going to suck
Give It Away
that
Now
dick and sing Give It Away to him. And we're going to do it together on stage. That would be hashtag life goals right there.
Yep, life goals.
Life goals. I'm going to do all the things with Anthony Kiedis.
Oh, yeah, that's your man.
With a condom.
Good call. I'm pretty sure it's hepatitis.
He is a hepatitis.
That's good. Oh, let's safer sex. Maybe we should go into some
Oh,
safer
let's
sex
talk
because
about that.
why not? So, condoms, everyone. There are different types of condoms. They have different.
I just want to say, since I had been having sex with condoms for so long, and now I'm not having sex with condoms because I'm in this monogamous situation. I think
with someone with a vasectomy.
With someone with a vasectomy, but I am not used to cum dripping out of my pussy, and that's been happening. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about this.
She's a total like neat freak. So
yeah, I was like, why is there? Oh no. I gotta change my underwear again.
Damn it. Oh, yeah.
So condoms, they're amazing.
They're good for a lot of reasons. And for people who don't like condoms, there's a lot of different brands of condoms. There's shitty condoms out there that are made of shitty latex. So if you put your mouth on it, all of a sudden your whole face smells like latex.
And they're like all baggy.
Don't
I got
feel
some
good.
free condoms when I was
free
in.
Condoms always suck balls.
Yeah, and I was
Suck
like,
balls.
I suck balls too. Literally.
Why am I making a bad thing?
I know.
We
gotta come back with something better.
Shame sucking balls. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
How about you suck turtles?
Yeah, turtles.
We love turtles.
Turtles. Free condoms, in shitty latex. So for someone that doesn't like condoms because they just have never felt that great, try different types of condoms. Crown makes really good condoms.
Lifestyle?
That's
No.
Crown.
I use Magnums.
Yeah, and Trojan to me makes some of the not my favorite condoms. It's just the brand that everyone knows. But Magnums are good for girthier individuals because they have more headroom.
Right.
And sometimes that's the issue with tightness for people. It's the headroom that can be an issue. So get ones that have more headroom on them. But I love for average size cocks, which is 80% of the population.
5.2 inches, I believe.
It's anywhere, it's like if you want to be like really general, it's like 4 to 6 inches hard.
It differs from country to country. And actually, the U.S. and the U.K. are similar. That's 5.2 inches. I saw a diagram. My friend sent it to me.
And that's hard. Yeah.
Yes, when it's hard. You're right. I think the largest is the Congo, Jamaica.
and Antarctica. Eskimos.
No, that's polar bears.
Elephants. Yes. I heard that the sea turtle has a huge dick.
Oh, really?
And the seahorse.
What animal has the largest cock on the planet?
A platypus.
Walrus.
Really?
A walrus, people.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, how big are we talking?
So
there's a way to talk dirty. Like I love your dick.
Your
so it's like a walrus
dick is
cock.
so big, it's like a walrus cock. Can you slap me in the face with that thing?
Is that why there's that brand Chocolate Walrus?
No.
They make edible chocolates. Yeah.
That has nothing to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we were just talking about size. We're talking about for that. I already forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Deeyucck.
Safe sex.
Safe sex. Oh, yes. Okay. So different condom sizes, different condom brands. I recommend kind of playing around with them, but I like Crown and Beyond 7, like I was saying, for 80% of the population. And if someone is girthier, then we need more headroom. So you're talking about like Trojan Magnums. What lifestyles, like you were saying, skin. So the non-latex.
The skin. Yes, the non-latex.
Those feel good.
And FYI, remember, latex condoms cannot be used with any oil-based substances. They break down the latex. So coconut oil, don't use that with latex. Olive oil, don't use that with latex. You can use silicone lube like Uber Lube with latex. It's okay. It's compatible. But if for some reason you prefer to use
coconut
oil, then you should try the skin condoms.
I'm not going to, that's actually one, I know that they're less likely to break, but is it, I feel like it still might be a little questionable.
I also thought there were other things, like they're better protecting against pregnancy, but not STDs?
No, they protect against all of them. It's the lambskin ones.
Oh, the
lambskin's only pregnancy and not STDs and STIs.
Right, which is interesting. But okay.
Yeah. So there's just some things to consider in terms of condom use.
I love lambs.
Oh, they're
poor little lambs.
My little lambs.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of, and it's funny, they have a drawstring on the end of it, so it's like you're putting this little. They're really silky. You can it feels like skin, but they're just kind of awkward and they're expensive.
They are expensive. I know that.
Yeah.
We used to sell them at your shop.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
So,
you probably still do.
At Pure Pleasure. So condoms are something that, again, different strokes for different folks. We love safer sex, and we love people protecting their bodies, and it's your body, it's your choice. So there's
some people want to use condoms during fellatio.
Yeah, totally.
Some people want to use condoms, in general, and that's great. So I think
there's a lot of options out there that can make your play safe or as safe as
gloves.
safer.
If you want to do some prostate play,
let's talk about prostate.
Yes, let's do that. But I think gloves are an interesting way to play safely if you want to do prostate play. And I think that the prostate does deserve some attention. It's an area of the body that is and Amy has, I know, so many great tips about prostate play, but I have to say, finally I was able with my previous tier 1 to explore the prostate. And if you aren't aware of where the prostate is, it's about 2.5 inches. If you're listening in another country, I think that's 6 centimeters. We're
going to say, so it's getting away from inches. Let's say a full finger's length in, like your longest finger, your middle finger, it's about that far in.
I have short fingers.
And you might not be able to get a prostate with that finger.
No. I got a prostate with this finger a couple times.
Good job, Chip. Good job. Get that prostate.
It's all cool feeling in there. It's all like...
And it's
so cool.
So it's accessed anally, and in male-bodied individuals, they have this prostate that is inside. So you go in through the anal canal.
Slowly with lube.
As slower than slow people.
Slower than you ever imagine, like pinky. Start with the pinky.
Does not lubricate itself. No. Always lube. Uber lube.
Yes, use lube. You have to use lube on the butt. Always lube in the butt.
And prostates, they're very, very interesting, right? So they are something that when you go in, it's not like this, just kind of like a G-spot G, or it's not this exact spot where you can like look at a diagram and find it. There's an area that it will be, and I learned this from Charlie, and we actually want to do a prostate podcast with Charlie at some point, Charlie Glickman at some point.
He's pretty much an expert.
He knows all about it. He wrote a wonderful book, The Ultimate Guide to Prostate Play. But he talks about how, so feel your nose. Everyone put your finger in your nose.
Doing it.
Now put your finger in your cheek. The cheek is rectum tissue. Okay. The nose is what prostate will feel like. So it's a little more firm. You might even have a little indentation like the nose does. And if you feel a soft squishy like your cheek, that's more rectum, so that's not the prostate. So when you're going in and curving up like you would for G-spot stimulation, so up towards the pubic bone, the prostate will feel more like the tip of your nose, that firm kind of like cartilagey tissue.
And the anus is self-cleansing, remember. So a lot of times people have they're worrisome about...
There's shit.
Yeah, there's shit going to be all over my hand.
Well, poop is not stored in the rectum. It's stored up in the colon, so up higher in areas that you cannot even access. With that said, sometimes there are traces of fecal matter based on your bowel movements.
Just use some wet wipes, people, because wet wipes are the key to all the cleanliness.
Or like a little like soapy lubed up finger, or just have some dark towels or whatever it is. These are good conversations to have. We'll do it, next month is anal August, so we'll do a whole bunch of anal conversations there, but good conversation to have. Like, what if we see traces of fecal matter? What are we going to do? Are we going to freak the fuck out? Okay, maybe we shouldn't do anal play. Or should we have a dark towel? Or should we have a shower accessible?
Just
or
have some wet wipes next to your bed and wipe off your hand.
Or black finger cloths or black condoms.
Or practice safety and use gloves.
Yeah.
That's always a possibility.
A lot of options there. So prostate play, incorporating that into your blowjobs, your sex, whatever it is you're doing, usually just touching your prostate alone doesn't do very much. Usually it's incorporating other cock play. So while you're massaging the prostate like you would a G-spot, so that come hither motion, the cock is being rubbed or sucked or fucked or whatever it is that you're doing at the same time. So that's like almost always there's some sort of other play or nipple play or cock play or whatever at the same time too. And what it can do is it can enhance the orgasm. So you add in the prostate play to the other play that's already happening there, and all of a sudden they have this like full body, mind-blowing, transcendent orgasm.
And it can also be like a nice foreplay situation where it can kind of just stimulate the person in a different manner that they may have never experienced before. And I think it's always nice to try new things.
Let's talk about the bullshit idea that are the things that we do sexually determine our orientation. Because people still think that. People think that
they're like, nothing's gonna get in this butt.
This I'm like, exit only.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't do that. Yeah, I mean, again, your body, you get to decide. But just because you like a certain type of play doesn't mean that you are orientated a certain way.
No.
So anal play is for everyone who's into anal play, and what determines your orientation are the people that you're interested in, and how like their bodies and how they identify and all that stuff. Like there's so many things that go hand in hand with that. But
release the shame or the guilt or whatever you have. If you enjoy that, maybe you enjoy it, or you've done it previously in your past and you actually liked it, and now in your later years you want to try it again, but you're afraid to ask. But tap into what you really enjoy, and if you haven't, try it. Just see if you will enjoy it.
Yeah. And then if it's not your jam, then
that's
good.
Okay. Move on. Another day.
And the other thing about prostates too, on the note of health wise, prostate owners. So I think it's something like 80% of men who live into it, something like their 70s, will have issues with their prostate. And it isn't necessarily cancer. I think prostate cancer is actually somewhat common. It's like 1 in 6.
There's like an enlarged prostate.
Enlargement is what will happen. And it's just what happens. Just like a lot of men's noses and I think their ears grow over time.
And their
prostates, they get enlarged.
Wow.
And that can affect, make it so they have to pee more, affect bladder control, just more pressure, and just something that they'll have to deal with. And again, we'll have Charlie talk about that, but prostate play can actually work in your favor.
It can minimize the chance of you having prostate problems in your future. Yeah. So just check out that prostate.
Get in that ES.
Get in that ES. Like the ES.
Slow and slower.
Slow and lube. Slow,
Deep breaths.
slow. Deep breath.
Okay, what about deep throating?
So, to start off with, Amy,
a gag reflex.
I have a bad gag reflex. I like yakety yak. Even if I brush my teeth and the toothbrush is in my mouth too long, sometimes I'm like, oh, or I'm like brushing my tongue. So, I try to deep throat. I'll do a little bit. I'll get it in there, but I'm not like a big deep throater. I know you're amazing because I've seen what you can do on a dildo. She can basically like sword swallow. Amy, which is amazing.
I can sword swallow myself, Amy.
I can say, well, I just want to make sure that everyone knows that
I can, yeah.
Amy is like, she clicks her jaw. It's crazy.
All right, let's talk about how to deep throat. So I mean, my gag reflex isn't that intensive. A gag reflex is there for a reason. It's there to protect us from choking. So what happens when you put something deep in the back of your throat is you produce a whole bunch of saliva and your eyes water because your body's like, we're choking, so we need to make it a slip inside so we don't die. So we don't choke. So I think deep throating, even if just for a second during the blowjob, is awesome because it gives you a whole bunch of free lube. Your body just gets all this saliva and you're like, whoa, no, my mouth is all wet. It's great. But some of the key things for deep throating, one would be having a moistened mouth. So if your mouth is really dry, deep throating is not going to feel that great.
And blowjobs too. You have to make sure you're well.
That's
why I use Uber Lube. I like squirt Uber Lube into my mouth if I'm like,
great.
It's perfect before like that because I'm like, oh, perfect. I need my mouth to be all
Or if you push the cock all the way in the back of your mouth, then you get that mouthful of saliva because your body is like, we're choking. So that's wonderful. So that is a key thing. Two is the angle of the cock or dildo. You can deep throat dildos too. We've said a lot about cock here, but like a lot of this can apply to dildos.
Of course,
and strap-on
some people like silicone cocks.
Some people like wearing a strap on, getting their silicone dick sucked. It can be really hot.
All inclusive here.
You're like, suck my dick,
suck that dick,
or whatever they call it. Suck my big purple people eater.
Ooh, suck my rainbow.
Suck me, beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the angle of the cock or the dildo. When you look in porn, a lot of times you see the person that's sucking the cock on their knees, and then the person with the cock or the dildo standing, and they're like, yeah, suck my dick or my dildo. Now, that's not the most ideal because when you're doing it from that angle, it's kind of pressing into the back of your throat in an awkward angle. The way you want is the dildo or cock to be the same angle as the curve of your throat. So a more ideal position, if someone has a dildo or a homegrown cock and they're laying on their back, would be like the reverse cow person, we'll call it, not cowgirl, because everyone's different.
Like on the back?
Flipped over, so your ass is in their face. You're on top of them.
Okay.
They're on their back. You're on top of them. Your ass is in their face.
Your ass. Okay, got it.
And now your mouth is on their cock or on their dildo, and now it's curved the angle of your throat. And then they get it. They can either play with your cock or pussy or whatever kind of bits you have, or they get a visual of your ass in their face, and you're now able to actually, because it's the same curve as the direction of your throat, you can actually get it all the way in or further. That's
more homework for me to try.
More homework. Try the angle, girl.
I hope I don't yakety yak.
If you do, just get a towel.
All right.
Yeah. And then lastly would be once you put the cock or dildo all the way in the back of your throat there's a couple techniques there. You can either kind of do like a yawn with it in the back of your throat or like popping your ears when they get kind of plugged on an airplane.
It's equalizing in scuba.
Equalizing. Yeah, equalizing. Exactly. And what you'll notice is when you push a cock or dildo all the way in the back of your throat, it will stop. And then if you keep pushing lightly, not like really hard, don't force it, but lightly pushing while trying to kind of pop your ears, you'll notice that it will go further. And you, like for me, I can I don't even know. I think I dip throw like a 7-inch dildo.
Wow.
That I practiced.
I watched you do that, I think.
That
was pretty large.
And I do not recommend anything numbing. No numbing for the ass, no numbing for the mouth.
Feel all the things. Feel the things.
Yeah, because if you don't feel anything and there's pain, then you're kind of fucked.
Right.
And what's the point of what you're doing if you don't feel anything? We're there to like feel the sensations. So you'll keep pressing it back and it can potentially just keep going. Now, it's really important to only do this with things that have a base. So, of course, if it's attached to a human, you're fine. But if it's a dildo and it doesn't have a base, or you're trying it with like a carrot or something, that could be dangerous.
And don't try it with swords right away.
No, yeah, that's fine. That's like, I'm working my way to swords.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Soon I'm going to be doing
there.
It's going to be a sword swallowing session.
Yeah, so deep throat that dick.
Yep, throw that dick if you want.
If you want.
If you want. Let's see. What else do we have to say about dicks? I feel like this is like
we've covered a lot of information.
A lot about dicks. It's kind of endless with things that we can say.
I know. We could do 5 podcasts on
how to pleasure the dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
It's a world of wonders. And so what I will say is, technique wise, everyone is so different. So this is where communication comes in. This comes in there where, like, do you want more pressure? You want less pressure? You faster or harder? Or maybe you have sex with that person, or you suck their cock, and then the next day you sit down and have a conversation. Like, so how was that for you? Like, which can be really vulnerable. Because what if they're like, well, it was good, but, and you're like, fuck. Now my ego's been bruised.
We didn't talk about.
What's that?
Toys for cocks.
Oh, toys!
Because people think of toys, and I'm a toy person in general, and I think we talked about hot octopus. If you are a penis owner, you should definitely check out the Pulse products. They aim to please, for sure. We aim to please with those products. Mind-blowing orgasms can be achieved, but also cock rings. I think cock rings in general.
Yes, cock rings.
We there's a lot of, I don't know, I think stigma behind cock rings, because people think that, oh my God, I heard this horror story about this cock ring being put on and then they had to get it surgically removed.
Well, or they think that it means that someone has an erectile issue.
Right. Yeah. But cock rings, vibrating ones, non-vibrating ones, can really be a helpful tool to enhance a sexual experience.
Yeah, they're awesome. Now, the cock rings are, at Pure Pleasure, we are often seeing that even people that use cock rings regularly, they're wearing them wrong. Right. They're not just worn on the shaft. They're worn around the shaft and the testicles, and that's what keeps the blood flow there. Like, that's what keeps the harder, firmer erection. And so you usually start with the testicles, and if you're new to cock rings, start with a stretchy one.
Get a really stretchy one. Yeah. And they're like $5. You can get ones for like $5.
Yeah.
So get a really stretchy, easily maneuvered cock ring.
Or an adjustable one. Yeah.
Right.
And then stretch over the testicles first, and then you put the cock there. It's ideal to put it on when there's some blood flow there.
So like half mass.
Yeah, and then it will keep the blood flow there. And you don't want it to completely cut off circulation where it hurts or makes things turn purple. Then take it off. But it shouldn't hurt, and it should just keep the blood there, and it can create. They're designed to create a stronger, firmer erection.
Right. We're launching one this year, Hot Octopus. That's amazing. I saw the prototype.
Vibrating?
Yes, and it's going to put the double. Will put stimulation and vibration on the perineum, so it'll have like an angled look to it, and so you'll get. Not only blood flow, but you'll get vibration. So your partner can also feel the vibration. You're getting the maintaining the erection, and then you're getting perineum stimulation. So you're getting all these points of pleasure. So that'll be coming out. I think Levi makes a cock ring right now that does that, but ours is going to be amazing. I'm so excited because I love using cock rings because being a grinder, I love rubbing my vulva on a vibrating cock ring as I'm like getting deeply penetrated. So there's all of these different points. So I'm a big fan of a cock ring. So if you haven't tried one and you're interested, go check it out. There's like, they're not a huge investment either. You can try a Screaming O one. They're like $20.
Yeah.
So
and there's vibrating, and then there's
non-vibrating.
Right. There's a lot of options there. Don't go metal until you really know your cock ring game.
The more stretch, the better, until you get to be an advanced player in that.
Yeah, so if you are someone that feels like it's hard to keep an erection, cock rings can be really useful because when you get a little blood flow, you can put one on and it might help you to keep the erection. If you don't get any blood flow at all, they're probably not going to do anything.
Right.
Yeah. Same thing with pumps. If you don't get any blood flow at all, pumps probably not going to do anything. But if you get
Hot Octopus products, the Pulse 3 will.
Well, that will feel good.
Right.
You don't have to be hard to have an orgasm.
Right. You can keep that on hands free without an erection.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. But and also masturbation sleeves, if you're into if you have ever heard of Fleshlight, there's different masturbation sleeves that you can use. Or Blue It. Blue It's a good one too. That just feel good. They're made of this material that's kind of soft. It's like almost feel it's like
Skin-ish.
Yes. And you can use that to masturbate with if you want something other than your hand. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. So check out this.
Some people, it's interesting, at Pure Pleasure, people will come in and sometimes they'll look at that section and be like, why would I need that? You know, I have my hand. I'm like, well, why
have
not?
you tried this?
Yeah, try
the
new
Tenga
things.
eggs too are like little to-go ones. I use those on penises because they're so fun. They're textured and they're easy. And
and when someone comes in it, you can just throw it away.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like easy cleanup.
Yeah.
And they're really affordable, like $12.
Adding a new texture feels great, and just newness. Like
Right.
we're people. Actually, this brings me into another topic. We habituate to what we're used to, and it isn't as spicy and exciting anymore. So you want to up your sex game, your blowjob game, your hand job game, whatever. Play with variety. Switch things up. To the time of day, maybe you're usually giving I always say this in my classes. So if you've ever been to one of my classes, you know that I always say your Tuesday night blowjobs. You usually give your Tuesday night blowjobs missionary position in the bedroom. Switch it up. Try
Go to the living room.
A good morning blowjob, or
do it on the kitchen floor.
You know, have sex on the kitchen floor, or when they're brushing their teeth, you go and just pull their zipper down and start sucking their cock as they see the back of your head bobbing in the mirror, and they're like, "Holy shit!" You know, there's so many options there, and we get so used to what we're used to.
Monotony can really
it can kill
desire. It can kill desire, and it can kill your drive for wanting to explore your sexuality with your partner or with yourself.
Yeah, so we have to be creative, especially if we're with people for longer periods of time. So just starting to play with variety, whether it's the time, the place, the position. Just starting to get creative with those things to really spice things up. And this isn't just blowjobs. This is everything that you're doing in terms of sexual play. Just really get creative and switch things up from your norm.
Write your own story. You are in charge of your life. Find your power. Be the true you that you see or what you want to be. That's exactly it.
Be all that you can be in the...
No.
And she cut me off. All right. Well,
I don't know. We've covered so many.
That is a lot of
things.
dick praise.
It's a lot of dick praise. It's a lot of information. Yeah. We totally hope that you've had as much fun as we've had talking with our listeners. Like, we love it. Yeah. Or I guess we didn't talk. We talked to them.
Talked to our listeners. Yeah, this has been a joy.
It's been a joy. And check us out. We're gonna have our YouTube channel, and we're also going to.
We're gonna start putting some videos.
Yes, because it's important to see our faces from time to time.
Because we're funny.
Because we are just so funny, and we drink wine and we talk, and we appreciate anytime you come in and email us on our website. Check out our website, shamelesssex.com.
Also, just one final shout out if you are listening to us on iTunes or on Google Play or even SoundCloud. Please write us a review. Yeah, it helps us.
We need you to write us a review. We need you to write us a review. And maybe next time I'll do some karaoke. No, I won't.
She's going to sing Give It Away, Give It Away now with a dildo in her mouth.
And then your reviews will be like, I don't know.
Through the sky. This is going to be huge.
Through it.
Yeah, it's going to be really big. And I just really want to, again, in terms of the reviews, one of our goals here is to get this out to the mainstream media, not because we want to be big and famous, because we feel like we get emails from people in Arkansas that are like,
you changed my life. Thank you.
Because people have never talked about sexuality so openly and shamelessly. And that's what we want to get this out there to the world. And your reviews will really help us do that. So please write us a review. We love you forever.
We love you all so much. Thank you for listening, and ciao for now.